So, how do we create appealing video content? Well, there's one concept out there called the AEIOU rule, using the vowels for video content. AEIOU stands for authentic, entertaining, intimate, and then unusual, offbeat and unusual. Let's start with A. A is for authentic. Use real people in actual locations. This creates that sense of realism and authenticity, that you don't have an actor that's on a set pretending to like a product or a service. You've got somebody that people can relate to in a location that they can relate to, talking about your brand. Plenty of viral videos are recorded using just a webcam. Viewers will not only forgive, but they will also frequently reward a homemade feel an online video has, because the content appears to be more believable. Again, this is a case where polished isn't necessarily best, because polished gives that sense of controlling a message and controlling the things that we want people to see. And in some cases, that's a very good thing. I mean, it's been a standard for a long, long time. But now, with the power of anybody and everybody being able to create videos in a rather easy sort of way and make those videos very easily available, we get that sense of more real-world aspect of the things that we consume, and the more that we can relate to those that are actually on the videos and those that create videos, the more that we're going to be willing to take what they have to say as something that is more genuine. So, authentic. E for entertaining. Put simply, people want enjoyable, fun content. At times, it can be valuable to focus less on company branding and more on entertainment value. So in these sort of cases, you want to be careful here, because you can run the risk of being so entertaining and people enjoying the content that they forget what the product or service is supposed to be all about. But if you can make that balance between creating content that's appealing to people, that they're going to talk about, and them remembering who you are, then you've achieved the goal of making your message known to those that you want to reach out to. I for intimate. It's a part of human nature to follow stories or personal drama experiences by peers. We tend to be able to identify with people, especially those that are like us or have desires that we admire or respect or want to have for ourselves. And we tend to pay more attention to that and kind of create an association with them, with ourselves. A video that tells a story, perhaps focusing around one person and showing how others react, is more appealing because it creates a connection with the viewer. So again, if we're able to kind of put ourselves in the shoes of the person that is creating the content that we're watching, it is something that we will identify with. It's something that we're more likely to embrace and perhaps do some follow-up or take some action steps with. O and U we'll talk about together, offbeat and unusual. A video needs to be distinct and memorable to stand out among the millions uploaded regularly. So again, because of the fact that everybody has the ability to upload videos nowadays, there is a lot of noise out there, and trying to break through the noise is going to take something that is going to kind of catch somebody's attention as unique, as something that they haven't seen before, and something that just really piques their interest. And having things that seem a little strange, or maybe a video that challenges a certain taboo, those are things that can be highly popular. Relatively few videos are viewed in their entirety. Completion gives people an opportunity to comprehend the entire video message, so it has long been considered important. So in this sort of case, we're seeing here that if people are not completely watching videos, that means if you're not really getting to the meat of your content or the significance of what you're trying to say until near the end of the video, then your message is not getting across. You got to have something within the first several seconds of your content that is going to be appealing enough for people to want to stick with you and watch your content to the end. So you either need to get your message out right away, or you need to create a peak of interest in such a way that people are willing to stick with you and your content. Marketers' use of both content videos and video advertising must be tailored to the audience and also to usage factors. Consumers must first be interested in viewing the video, hopefully to completion, and then if they can be induced to share videos, their effectiveness increases significantly. The video's effectiveness increases. So again, you want to make sure that you're reaching out to your audience in the way the audience expects it. Know your audience. Know what they're looking for. Know how video is used on the certain platforms that they are at, so that it meets those conventions while meeting all the other criteria that we've talked about. And you're more likely to get your videos viewed and possibly even shared afterwards. So let's talk about sharing online videos. People share content for three basic reasons. First off, as an act of altruism, to help or to share information. So people are genuinely in tune with the message of a certain video and they want to share that. Secondly, to express their own identity, to be able to say that this video represents a certain personality trait of mine or something that I'm interested in and I want to share it with you. Thirdly, because I have an emotional connection with the brand. It's something that they generally are going to see rather positively if they're sharing it. At least, hopefully for you, they're sharing it in a positive light. But that emotion could also be sharing something because they really dislike something and they want the world to know that you are not pleased with them. So emotional connection can have any sort of reaction from people, and they share that in order to share that reaction. People share content for intrinsic and emotional reasons, but businesses are trying to get people to share content for economic reasons. I mean, we're out there to make money. And while we're creating things that we hope people will be attracted to, we hope that it eventually turns into dollars. So marketers must understand the issues involved in getting viewers to share their videos. So you're trying to find a way to be able to meet both goals. You want to create content that ultimately is going to result in people patronizing your business, buying your products and services. But in order to do that, you can't just put a straight pitch out there because for the most part, people don't like being sold to. They want to know the benefits of a product. They want to know what's going to be in it for them if they buy your product or service. What makes you unique and different from anybody else? And what sort of reputation are you trying to put out there? What's your philosophy and ethics? That matters to a lot of people in the business world. So all those sorts of things, you need to be able to appeal to those things that trigger people's emotional tendencies, and for them to be able to be willing to share the content that you provide, which does in turn create brand awareness and thought intelligence, thought leadership, I should say, and all those other things that help to elevate your organization's standing in the greater world. And hopefully that turns into those patronizing and bringing dollars into your company. Sharing occurs in several stages, and marketers can take steps to encourage sharing in each stage. So there's 3 different levels here that we're going to talk about. The first level is primary sharing. Primary sharing occurs when the video creator posts it online. So the upload, share number 1. A video must often be posted on several different video sharing sites so that more will have the opportunity to find it and to watch it. So the more that a certain type of video is out there on various platforms, obviously you're going to have a much more wider berth and more opportunities for people to be able to see the content that you are providing. Secondary sharing occurs when fans, friends, customers, or early viewers begin spreading the video within their own social circles. So in this sort of case, you're relying on your close network that you are associated with, and you are going to hope that the content appeals to them. The groundwork for secondary sharing can be laid much earlier by participating in the online video community. It is important to interact with other content creators, those like YouTube opinion leaders, for example. If you can get them on board with what you're doing, a lot of the work of promoting the video is already going to be done for you. But even if it's not the high subscriber YouTubers that see your content, to find a way to find those that would be very passionate about the things that you're doing, to get them to like and to comment and to share is going to help you in a long, long way. And then once it gets outside of that circle, it then gets to where most viral videos hang out, which is the tertiary sharing stage. Online viewers begin sharing the video of their own accord. And the content here is spread on the internet by people who likely do not know or do not have connections with the original video's creator. It's in this stage, again, that most viral videos are found. So in order to make tertiary sharing easier, you want to make sure to have each video give it a descriptive and memorable title. Those words may be all that someone has for reference. So if people know that your video is out there and there's a title that goes along with that, if people search for that title, they would be able to find it, regardless of what particular platform that it is on. You also may want to consider having different titles, tags, or keywords associated with the video on each online video sharing site. The more ways there are to find and share a particular video, the more likely it will be widely viewed and influence the target audience. So in this sort of way, it's almost kind of counterintuitive. You almost think that you want to have the same video title on site after site after site so that there's an apples to apples comparison. But if you're using different words to describe your video on different sites, number one, you're going to more better appeal to the different audiences that are on those different sites, again, providing search tools that they're going to be used to and the things that they're going to be looking for, the ways they want to look for it. But it's also going to help in that if you've got certain people looking for one particular thing, and perhaps there's another aspect of the video that you highlight on another platform and you emphasize that, it creates more opportunity for people to be able to find that video that are looking for different things and be able to come across you and consume your content. So, best practices for video marketing. First, match the production techniques to the intent of the video. Videos from conference speeches or interviews, for example, can be shot casually, low-key, just using your smartphone, Maybe not necessarily the best quality video, but if the content is compelling, people will still watch it. On the other hand, videos that are not shot in a live setting or not shot in a way that it's meant to be just someone kicking back and relaxing, those things should be professionally produced. So we do have different standards for different types of content that we consume, and you want to be conscious of that when you're putting material out there. Would what you're trying to do and the way that you're trying to do it benefit from a more polished sort of presentation, or would it work better with simply someone doing a selfie shot in their smartphone? Design and produce videos for mobile. First and always, mobile video viewing has grown by 400% in just the past 5 years. People don't necessarily do appointment viewing with online videos like they do with television. As we're seeing that we're not necessarily all sitting in front of our PCs watching online content. We're consuming it on our smartphones on the go. And you want to keep in mind the platform that they are going to be using, not just in terms of the particular website service, but also the device that they're going to be using. And keep that in mind as you're creating the content. Design and produce videos for the platform on which they are to appear. The product, the audience, the marketing objectives all play a part in deciding what type of video should be on what platform. If it's a platform that requires short videos, then you create something that's going to be compelling and really short to be able to grab the attention of that audience. Things that are designed for certain types of audiences may go better on different websites, and there you can have more flexibility with the length of the content, the style of the content, all those sorts of things. Post videos on multiple platforms and on your own website to create as many opportunities for viewing and for sharing as possible. And give different titles and use different keywords on all those different sites. So again, you get more opportunities for more people to view your content. Optimize your videos to be found in search. And this involves search engine marketing. This is something that tends to be a much more advanced sort of process, and there are websites and there's people out there that specialize in that sort of thing. But in terms of you yourself using different keywords and phrases and different things that would most likely come up in a search engine are definitely going to help you in those regards. Encourage viewers to share your videos. Incentives work, and so does recognition in many instances. To be able to see that someone is interacting with your content, mention them, tag them, they'll appreciate it. And they may be willing to share your stuff even more because you are willing to recognize them. Finally, don't make a sales video. Again, people are not looking for content to be sold to. They're looking for content, if they are interested in making a purchase, to help them to know what it is that they want, why it is that they want that particular thing. Help them solve a problem. Help them meet a need. So in that regard, make videos that entertain, inform, and encourage people to engage in a desired behavior. And that's going to be a more, this is a word that we've used a lot in this class, more subtle approach to marketing than just overt advertising and putting in calls to action to go and buy now and all those sorts of things that we tend to think of with traditional advertising. So you're creating content for the benefit of entertaining and informing people, and as you do that, they may be inclined to patronize your organization. So there you are. There's the notes for Chapter 8. Make sure you take a look at the study questions and be ready with questions and comments when we get together to discuss this chapter. And as always, you can reach out to me with any questions or concerns that you have concerning the content.